I can't believe we're on day 61 already, but here we are. Now we've finished the big project of the windows, it's now deciding what to work on next. So what to work on next? Let me know in the comments what you would work on next, or what you think I should work on next. I think today I'm just going to wing it and see what little jobs I can get done.
So obviously, as you can see, there's the bed there. That's where the kitchen's going to be there. Shower in the corner. So you got a nice little slidey window there for the kitchen. Now I've created a little passageway so I can walk in here like this. There's the side door. There's the little dining area. So as I've explained before, I mean, you can see that's where the bed's going to be. There's going to be a seat there, table there, and then another seat there. So whoever's sitting there can sort of look out that window, or look out that window. And you've got the table. I think if I sit down here like this, yeah, so it's about head height, but I'll be a little bit higher. So yeah, it's quite a nice height. Yeah, like I said before yesterday, there'll probably be a bit of a window sill. So yeah, I'll box out this area. Then you've got obviously the fan up there. So what I like is all of these all let in some natural light as well, which is nice. So I think what I'm going to work on next is I'm going to just make the other one of this, just to get it out of the way, and then figure out the insulation and maybe just fit the insulation for them boards so they're in place, and then we can start on the framing. But yeah, what do you think of it then? What are your thoughts on it so far?
So after trying to look around for what task to do next, I decided I should finally sort out that bed headroom. The headboard / footboard / indents in the wall.
Right, okay, I'm going to drill the first hole, so.
So those who have been watching for a while would know that I actually got this bit of 5mm ply cut in B&Q, so it was the perfect size. And what I did at this stage is I then just measured the existing frame and copied it exactly. And hopefully you like my homemade workbench, which is the two toolboxes put side by side. 10 out of 10 for improvisation. So just to remind everyone what this is for, these are small wall inserts that will go either end of the bed and give me the extra headroom and footroom. So what I'm doing here is I'm cutting the slits so it slots perfectly around the bolts.
This is what I've just done. I just made that one there. Got one the other side. Obviously it's just leaning, but thank you. These little indents will just give me that little extra bit of leg room. And there we go.
Now we've got that little task out the way, it's time to think about the insulation.
Actually, I could put that in there. That actually fits really well. So this actually fits in perfectly in that little slot. I might do one layer of this in the little slots, and then I might just put another layer of that on top. Should we do that? Let's see what offcuts I've got. I might have some offcuts that will fit.
Well, unfortunately I couldn't find any offcuts, so I had to use a fresh piece. So let's hope I have enough.
This is actually going to be really hard to slot in when I take the sticky stuff off, unless I just don't take the sticky stuff off. But I mean, look at that. Tell me that doesn't fit like a glove. I mean, look at it. Absolutely spot on.
But will it be spot on once I start trying to stick it down?
It doesn't slide. It just instantly sticks and doesn't give you any give to slide it up. I just feel like it's probably not wise to keep that plastic stuff on. What do you reckon? Because it fits in perfectly. But once you introduce the sticky bit.
So this was a lot more difficult than I expected, but it would definitely be worth sticking to the van. as this will not only help reduce condensation, but will also help with the sound deadening of the van. So just to explain what I'm doing here is I am only putting in this thin insulation. I'm going to be putting another layer on top of this one. So it's going to be 2 layers, but I'm not going to be adding any Celotex or any insulation board. This is because I want the extra room for the bed. So once I made it to the 4th and final panel, I didn't want to use another new one, so I did use some offcuts and stick them next to each other. And then once this final piece was in, I was putting a full sheet layer over the top, and hopefully between the two that should give me some sort of insulation property. Not as good as the insulation board, but good enough for the wall indents for the bed. So I was just filling the rest of the bed with the board and any other spaces just to make sure it is as well insulated as possible. I will also be adding some either expanding foam or some fluff to other areas of the bed where there are gaps. But overall, I think that's a pretty good job for today. So of course, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and help me grow this channel. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.